Hi. We are now into the lore building side of the Omniverse stuff. Still just in the videos rather than streaming for the time being. Well, hopefully not for that long. Because the building that we are building today is within the lore, would be the long-range transmission building. Basically, we're going to build a thing over here, down here in the mountains, over there, that is going to be basically a big giant transmission tower. So we can communicate with those far off, distant places. Yeah, so we need to get over into the mountains and build a thing. I've already designed a thing. Very weird timing for the ambience, but I've already designed a thing which you can find in these images. I have a full inventory of stuff, so I'll build it over in the mountains because the bloody Endermen are getting weird. I'll build it over in the mountains because that's where you get the best transmission, and within the lore that's the entire point. First thing we're going to need to do is to clear out this top layer because we're going to need going to be a rather large footprint. I brought enough materials to get the core part of the structure finished in one sitting. And I brought a bed as well, so I can just skip the night phases, because bugger that. Out in the open. I'm away from the village. Right, so footprint. It's a rather large area. And here... Right. So that is our footprint. That is a large footprint. Within the lore itself, I'm going to have a couple of what would be communication buildings. Mostly because I have a lot of space games that I want to play. So building one purely for... Because I want to have one that represents Galacticraft, because it's Galacticraft. But I also want to have one that is for all the space games I want to do. So having... But then if I'm going to make two things, basically one communication thing for... one communication thing for Galacticraft and another communication thing for the lore generally, might as well go whole hog with the lore idea. And that's why I ended up doing 3. So that's the first floor skeleton of the whole thing. It's good. Good. Let's get to filling in this area. Another thing we could do is get rid of that, have one extra space. So that also means more fencing. Right, we now have a floor. We now actually have an area to do. I'll stick that there for the time being, just to get out my inventory. Let's pick all these up. Waste not, what not. That can be very useful, especially in places like the end and all that. And I'm not that concerned about snow. So yes. Yeah, because each of those corners is going to have a redstone lamp. Torch and lamp are 2 different things. So I should do that there. Just because I'm going to need to put a redstone torch under there, which at this point I do not have. Right, so the foundation of the tower, of the comms tower, is finished. Right, so that's the base of the comms tower. It's going to go up quite high, and they're going to need a lot of iron for that. Although, concentrate on one job first, and that's not as far as it goes, because it's... I've just noticed one of my errors. The actual building comes out here. This is actually an outcrop, an overlap. The actual building doesn't start over there. This is the actual... Just noticed that problem. Step. It looks like there's a space on top of there as well. Ah, that's double thick. That's the roof area. Actually, no, I'm just going to have to go and check. Oh, yeah, so it is that. Yeah, so it is. See, it's one more higher than I thought it was. Oh, great. Now I have to take up the entire floor. Crap. And so that is 4. At least this bit now actually makes sense. It's that. And then... that. It also means I don't have to make much more. It also means I have to get more. Oh, bit. I really am just going to end up with just a lot of stuff left over. That's this bit done. That's the roof finished. Sleepy, sleepy. How long have I been going? This is taking a lot longer than I anticipated. And I don't even have enough resources to actually finish to get the redstone stuff for that. So, well, the dangerous bit. I'm not even going to bother going after that. Oh, that's completely off center. Actually, no, it's not. Thank balls. Right, good, done. Pylon is finished. Pylon is not yet finished. Pylon is finished. I am out. Great. So I am out of that. Right, a fragile bit. Especially this bit, because it's not going to be based on anything there. Right, that's done. So I need more stone brick. Hi. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Huh, to you too. Right, okay, it's the first time I found pillagers here, and I don't want to kill them, because if one of them has a banner, then as soon as I go home to get the resources, a raid is going to start, and at this point I'm relatively under-equipped, because I don't have the stuff on me. Although it is on a statue, stand. So I don't know why I'm actually concerned. Behind bars. What are you going to shoot? Hi. Right. So, only things left. A couple more bricks to fill that out. I'm going to need some quartz. I'm going to need an item frame. I'm going to need some redstone stuff. This I'm going to take inside. First things first, let us dump some of this stuff. Dorite, let us get rid of that. Don't need those blocks either. I'll just grab that. redstone. Glowstone. So I'm going to need glowstone, so I'm going to need to... I can just buy it. Cash money. The people I need to get glowstone from are the enchanters, and they're going to be the Horse of Llama. Alright, fellas. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Ah, cock. Ah, cock, twice. Alright, so let's get rid of this emerald. Dirt pillar it up to that stuff there. Oh, Christ. God, this hardest escapade is getting the bloody lamps. The one thing I thought I could do fine is the one bit of... Oh, for Christ's sake, I can... Oh, don't say... If I have enough there, I'm going to be pissed. Well, I got 2. So even then, if I can get 14, then I'm fine. Hopefully they doesn't suddenly appear and then blow my ass off. Right, let's go. The recording has been going on for quite some time. I've been well over an hour. An hour 20. This took a lot longer than I anticipated. I want it to be fancy. Oh yeah, well that's spare. One of the villagers keep getting trapped on it in those buildings there, so I ended up moving it. Right, that solves that problem. Quartz stairs. So I'm going to need to have a quartz block, which I should have, or be able to have, quite easily. Yep. Just the 4. Yep. I can make that into a stair. Why did you... Let's go there. Right, and... Carvings, village. Back into Underton. Or the Under Village. Where is it? There it is. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. That. Twice. That. Once. That. The stairs. I'm done. I have everything. Right. So first things first. Ba-bum. Ba-bum. Next things first. Ba-bum. After that, let us finish building this. It's going to be then we're going to make the thing at least feel a little bit homey. Flour. And then we're going to create a computer. That and that. Done. Right, that's all of that just for that. Right, so we are finished. We can now communicate with the far distant reaches, the far distant places. We have ourselves the comms tower to talk with the far distant realms, and then a communication relay station to have it, and then a storage unit for the various communiques and telegrams and various bits. Right. We can now talk to the far distant realms. Now, what we need to do is to build the communication center at the village, so we can get direct communications from the relays. And then from there, I need to build an actual building, an actual room there to communicate with Cape. I haven't come up with a name yet. Yes. Soon, very soon, we shall be able to communicate and talk with the far distant realms. That being the stuff that's just far, far away. And that means then once that is done, we shall be able to go into space. And not just through Galacticraft, but also through other stuff as well. Grand. First of 3 steps complete.